Now, with all the technology that's around these days, what we're finding is that people are more and more craving a connection. It's really easy just to get lost in the Ethernet and to more or less become anonymous. It's like your name can be plastered everywhere, but you feel like quite lonely in the ether. Nobody really wants that. So the more that the technology is advancing, the more things can become a bit anonymous. You can become like a number. So that's what makes us want to connect. So we're craving a connection, but we can also disconnect very quickly as well. You know, I'm sure we've all done this. You can unfriend people, you can block people, you can unsubscribe from people. So although we want a connection, we want quality connections. So if we're not able to provide a quality connection, we're just going to get disconnected. We're going to get cut off. Newsletters are an absolutely indispensable part of creating a connection. They form part of your strategy, and your strategy could include Facebook, a blog, customer events, all sorts of other things as well. So newsletters are not the only thing you can do to get a connection, but they are very important, and they are very easy, and they're also free, as we're going to see later as well. So back in the old days, I used to send newsletters out by post. I used to photocopy something like 400 newsletters, sit down with the children, stick them in envelopes, put stamps on them, and I never knew whether anybody was reading them. I hardly got any feedback. It was really expensive, and it really was just a one-way street. You know, I was sending out information. I was hoping people might read it and might be interested in it, and I was getting kind of limited results, but I did feel like it was still important to have a presence out there. So what we're going to look at is how to use the internet, which is obviously free. You don't have to pay for a stamp, and how to do this. And we're going to look at ways of being able to build a relationship through a newsletter, rather than what a lot of people, I think, do is do what I call give out press releases. So they think they're sending out a newsletter, but what they're doing is they're just sending out information, blasting out information, blasting out offers. It's not a two-way street. So we need to create a connection. It may or may not result in instant results, but it definitely will over time. And it's also going to set you apart as somebody who's professional and someone that looks serious about the business. So has anyone got any experiences of newsletters just off the top of your head? Maybe newsletters that you sign up to, newsletters that you receive, experiences that you think have been good, that you like in the newsletters, or things that you don't like.
First comments come from Zoe. Finds she just doesn't bother reading newsletters because of time.
That's a big one, isn't it? Because I'm actually a bit the same. I subscribe to a whole lot of newsletters, and I find that I don't have time to read them. So a lot of them come in and I just delete them. The interesting thing is that there are some that I do read every time. Not very many, but there are some that I read every time, and then there are some that sometimes I delete and sometimes I read, and there are reasons why I read the ones that I read, and we're going to talk about that today to try and work out how we can make it so that people will actually read it rather than just delete it.
Yeah, so helpful hints. Julie likes them when they've got helpful hints in them, something useful. Casey, she doesn't like getting text email. She likes photos and pictures and things like that. Julie, again, doesn't like getting bombarded by the same company all the time.
Yep. Because you can become actually quite annoying, can't you? And when we're talking about the disconnect, that's the fastest way to get disconnected. Someone will just unsubscribe.
Too much writing or too much information puts Rosalind off reading. Yep.
Because we're busy, aren't we? We don't have time to sit and read a book. We just want to get the information fast.
Casey, again, subject headings annoy her if they're not good.
Yeah.
And last one is from Suzanne, who, this is quite a good one, and I've done this too. Too many updates on specials.
Right.
So cancelling, because he's constantly bombarded with a buy now, 3 days to go type of a thing.
And that's not creating a connection either, is it? There is a place for being able to send out specials like that, but you need to earn the right to be able to do that. You need to be able to create a connection first so that people are actually willing to receive those sorts of emails. And obviously 3 in 1 week, that's ridiculous. That's too many. And you need to be mindful of that. So all of those things that you've put in, those are fantastic, and they're really important. So one of the things that I want you to get from today is that from now on, when you start up your email in the morning, have a look at the newsletters that are coming into your inbox, because we sign up for them in the spur of the moment and then we get lots of them. Have a look at them and look at them from a different perspective now. What do you like about them? What do you not like about them? Would you want more pictures? Would you want less writing? Would you want less updates? What would you like? And keep track of that, because that's going to be really important for you when you build your own newsletter.